What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourself a fantastic afternoon. But we got a little bit of something here that I know a lot of you have been asking for. It's a press conference where we got to hear from the Eagles' new defensive coordinator, Sean Desai, and I know a lot of people have been losing their minds about this. Why is he not speaking to the media? I myself did not find it, it needed that it had to happen anytime soon, because I know that they're with each other, the players, the coaches. That's what I'm focused on, not what, the media wants to hassle them about. But we finally got it done. We got to hear from him, got to hear from Michael Clay, and we also heard from Brian Johnson today. But Sean Desai is somebody we've never heard from, so wanted to talk about this briefly. And we've talked about him over and over again. You guys know I've talked about his philosophy, all these things you can see. We talked about the staff here and all of the guys that, were returning, but he brought in a few of his own with DJ Elliott. You had Taver Johnson and Ronell Williams brought in. And then, of course, Matt Patricia and Mike D'Angelo down there. But maybe he brings in some more guys from the staff. But we've been talking about this. The reason I was so ecstatic about getting this guy was, you remember in that process of looking for someone, if we did not promote Denard Wilson, this was my guy for the specific reason that he comes from the Fangio tree. But this dude is from Philly. He's got the Philly toughness. We talked about all of these things, and I think some people finally got to learn a little bit about him today. And I know a lot of people don't tune in to stuff like that to learn, but if they wanted to know, we've been talking about this stuff for months. But this dude just is the epitome of Philly toughness, but he's got the smarts. And that's one thing I love about him. He runs those odd fronts just like we've been doing the last 2 years. I keep seeing again this all season, we're switching to odd fronts. I don't know what those people are watching. We literally have been running those the last couple of years. He will do a lot of that, but he's going to bring his own style. And he talked about a lot of, building it from the bottom up. And look, he knows what kind of players he has here. And what I mean by odd fronts is just, a lot of people think 3-4. A lot of the time last year, it was really 5-1, 5-2. But the versatility of these guys, being able to have, your edge rushers standing up or hand in the dirt. There are so many things that go into this defense, and we'll break that down. But a lot of excitement here. And I took some notes throughout, and we're going to talk about it here briefly. But appreciate all of you tuning in. And a shout out to Tuesday and Dank Burrito, who I saw you guys in the chat while watching this Sean Desai. Appreciate all the love you guys are sharing out there. And my man Sean in here. Let's go. Yo, and look, I've been trying to get people excited about this guy. I know people don't want to hear odd fronts. They don't understand how that works. They were scared by the number one pass defense, breaking sack records. I want to build on that. I think that this guy will be better than Jonathan Gannon, regardless of people understanding how the defense works or not. It works. And you just need to be able to adjust in the right times. And that's something we failed to do in, the biggest game. And obviously we got there by being one of the best teams. And I felt we should have won that game. Without Waterworld, we definitely would have. But it is what it is, man. And I think Sean Desai is going to bring a lot of excitement and hopefully stop we need to blitz every play talk, because it's just not the way the NFL is anymore. So that got old last year when we were breaking sack records. So, and I'm sorry to those. I know we're supposed to say that never happened now. Apparently, I don't. So I apologize if that offended anyone. But, yo, my man Drew in here. Let's go. But very excited. I know you're excited, Drew. You've been tuning in. You knew how excited I was about the possibility of getting Desai. So the fact that we did, very ecstatic about it. But, listening to him today, pretty much talked about everything we talked about. That grit that he's got being from Philly, started coaching in Temple. We've talked about all those things, but getting to hear from him, I think that'll get other people on board here, and let's rock and roll. But I took some notes here on this damn thing, so let's talk about this. But appreciate all of you tuning in here. But he started it off by giving thanks to the Eagles, Lurie, Howie, all those guys, and then the Bears and Seahawks, of course. But he said about it being an emotional homecoming. Having pride in his city. Obviously, as I just mentioned, he started coaching in Temple. Oh, it's a full circle, and he's not taking this lightly. Being home, being able to come to Philly, he knows what is expected of him, and I think that's very exciting. Clearly, I think Gannon just kind of had that arrogance to him where I'm the smartest guy in the room, so, and you can't be like that. You have to be willing to adjust, get better, and I think that's somewhere where he fell off. Talked about being ready to represent Philly. He talked about the thorough process he was put through, how it was the most thorough process ever that he's gone through to get a job, but how there is a culture here and they will not let anyone in that does not fit that culture. And that should speak highly to who he is. And we talk about his intelligence. We talked about him getting those PhDs, all those things. And if you missed any of those videos, you can just type in Sean Desai on the road to victory, whatever. Check out his resume, all the places he's worked, all that stuff. But dude, this is why I'm excited about the guy. And I hope some of you are jumping on board here, getting excited about this defense, because more multiple schemes, more odd fronts, more destroying quarterbacks. And that was one of the notes I know I have here. Something about, impacting the quarterback physically and mentally. That's obviously one of the most important things. But yeah, Jesus. Exactly. So I think to me, clearly I'm going to keep running through these notes. I'll get to these comments. I think, understanding that, when people were saying all of last year, blitz every play, you do not have to do that to affect the quarterback. What you do is what the Eagles did, and that's how they were almost able to break that sack record. So let's keep going through these notes here. So I read that off. You talked about the attention to detail, no stone unturned. He's just somebody that wants to perfect his craft, and we talked about why this is the kind of coach we need here, and we just need to improve on what we had. So love that. Talked about the toughness, the grit, the reflection of the city. He talks about how the team should be a reflection of the city. Let's go. He knows, man. He understands it. He definitely spoke to us. Make people feel us. He wants to be felt. That is something, and that's right above the note I have here about impacting the quarterback, physical and mental. And I think when you talk about physicality of this team, we've got it. And mentally, a lot of smart players. And this dude, again, he's got PhD in a few things here. I think clearly this guy, he knows what he's doing here. He's got a perfect blend of intelligence and that grit we need. So all about it. He asked the reporters if they knew what palpable meant. Hilarious. They always try to, bash these kids. Yo, yeah, did you ever drink when you were 20? And always trying to put them down. And dude, I wish I could have seen their faces because it was just dead silence in there. And finally somebody looked it up or something. They're like, oh yeah. Oh dude, it was awesome. But yes, palpable, meaning to be able to feel it. And that is something we as fans want to be able to feel through that TV, just putting a hurting on those other quarterbacks. So I loved it, man. Making the media just, oh dude, they had to be slouching, man. He was hitting them left and right. The dude, he knows what he's doing here. And I loved every second of it. They asked him about Fangio. He talked about, he helped him just prepare, and he also helped him be able to be ready to call games as a defensive coordinator. So talk about that Fangio tree, a lot of Nick Saban, stuff in there too. Look, we're going to break it all down throughout the offseason, but a lot of excitement, and I hope you're all joining in that excitement. Matt Patricia work remotely from home. Yo, I hope he gives us some good stuff. I was making a meme, actually, before I made this, about, well, I probably won't say it because somebody will steal it. So you'll see then. But yeah, should be intriguing there. Just hearing him talk about the D. Yo, that's what I love to hear. Love to see people jumping on board here. Let's go. This is the guy. I'm telling you, he's going to have this defense top 3 again. Probably top 1, in my opinion. I think we're going to break that sack record. I think this defense is going to be even better than I thought it was going to be last year when I broke it down. I'm going to break it down again this offseason. We're going to, everyone's talking about how we're switching to a defense we already ran for the last 2 years. We are not. We are going to continue building upon that, and it's going to be much better. So a lot like Jonathan Gannon, where he differs, he's going to hopefully make adjustments, but very alike, and that is why I'm very excited about that. The smartest mother in the, I appreciate that. Tesla. I always been a Tesla fan, not the thief. We won't mention here, but let's go. This dude is completely cleared, but the nonsense, yeah, man. And the people speaking nonsense just don't know football. They keep saying we're switching to a defense we've ran for 2 years, so clearly they don't know what they're watching. It's just, I wish people would learn the game before becoming experts online, but we all see how that goes. And look, man, they've been hating. I've been educating, so let them keep doing their thing. I'll keep doing mine. My man Drew in here. Let's go. Yo, dude. And, you guys know I've been doing my best. I do the coach breakdowns. I do practice squad players. I do everything. So you don't have to be one of those fans who, what, and you don't know anything about your team. I could never be that person. And look, that's what this stuff is for you to come in here, know every single thing you've ever wanted to know, be ahead of the curve, man. And you don't have to be one of those people that just make stuff up to get the rest of the people whining. That's just annoying. And I know that's the new thing in today's age, but I'm good. I know right when Desai came in, it was like, oh my God, Odd Fronts, he sucks. And it's like, dude, if you don't understand what you're watching, just say that. But we were one of the best defenses for a reason. Yes. Did our players and coach fail in the Super Bowl? They sure did. But there's nothing we can do except try to build on that and continue being dominant like we were last year. So build on that. We have a lot of young players here. Look, they're going to be repeating my dynasty talk before you know it. I can promise you that. So that'd be great. Our league will be on notice. Yeah, man. And we've been talking about that for months now, man. So look, Wavy, appreciate you tuning in, my man. And you know, my excitement is through the roof about this guy. So love to hear everyone else getting excited, man. And dude, when he said that, I was laughing so effing hard. My girlfriend was home from break for a second. And dude, I almost brought a tear to my eye because she was here and I was like, oh my God, she actually is the one who said something. She's like, oh yeah, you said you were watching the presser. I was like, oh my God. So I ran back upstairs and it was like watching a movie or something. Like, oh yeah, this is the guy. Here he is. Like, this is the dude. Watch. And it was like, dude, just, you know how excited I am about Sean Desai. And she's just sitting there like, oh yeah. But when he said that part, I'm like, see, this is my guy. And you know, that's how I take people to the woodshed. You know, it's like, oh, you want to just make shit up and okay, well, let's throw intelligence on the table and let's see who's left standing. And man, that was quite the mic drop on that one, man. It dropped right on their heads. I literally, it was beautiful. And look, you know, maybe they'll stop being so pretentious and, you know, look, they've been entitled their whole lives. They want to go in there and treat people like crap. Finally, someone was like, look, man, can't buy this. So it was pretty awesome. And they're going to have a tough time, I think, this year when they start making stuff up about switching to a defense we already ran, about how we need to blitz every play. They'll have a really tough time if they start doing that stuff with him, because I don't think he'll be the kind of guy that lets them be like, well, we never actually said that when we said that every week last year. Like, that's not going to happen. But yo, my man, let's go. But hope all's well. Yo, appreciate you, dude. And hope you're having a great week. Appreciate you tuning in live. If you rewatch this, let me know how you feel about it. But that's all I've got right now. Just wanted to talk a little bit about it. Gauge your excitement here. If you're watching this later, you want to let me know how you feel about this. Maybe you're changing a different leaf. Maybe now you're feeling a little bit turning a different leaf. I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe you're feeling a little bit better about Sean Desai. You know, I've been doing my best to get the excitement up here. If you've missed any of this, you can go to the playlist there on my YouTube. There is the coaching coordinator search. There is a bunch of videos on Desai. You want to learn more about him. Any of these coaches we have brought in, some of the associates he's got with him now. Whatever is on your mind, it is out there. I've got the information on it. But if you have any questions, you can't find them, feel free to ask down below. I'm always here to help. Always down to talk some birds with you. And look, we got a long ways to go, but I promise you, I will make it feel like it is going to be here tomorrow, because I know I'm the one putting in all the work. So maybe to me, the days just bleed together, because every free second I have is putting together graphics and doing this stuff for you. But look, I promise you, I'm going to try to entertain you, give you as much information about this defense, break down how it's going to look, who actually plays where. I'm going to do everything I possibly can to battle all that misinformation that's going to be put out there. But if you ever need me, you ever have any questions, for those of you members, you will be asked upon this offseason coming up in the next month here to come up with topics. We're going to be doing some cool shows, just some off-topic things to get through the offseason here. So all about them birds in these parts. I appreciate all of you new subscribers, everyone helping get the word out there, helping me build this damn thing. Let's effing go. We're almost up to 1,900. So let's go, baby. Let's go. Last I saw, we're like 111 away from 2,000. Let's go. But yeah, man, I think we're going to be very excited about what he brings to the table. And I, too, am feeling quite great about it. Defense going to have. Yeah, man, it's the same thing. It's going to be a lot of the same stuff. It's built on the same principles, but I think just a guy that's smarter than Gannon, and he's from Philly. He's got the right attitude. He's just perfect. And this is why I talked about him being the perfect fit. You know, I was losing my mind when we got him. And whether you believe in me or not, that's up to you. But look, I like him, and I like him a lot, and that's before we hired him. So that's just telling you that's how I felt about him. If you're somebody that, respects what I put out there, then maybe you'll like him too. Maybe I can convince you to get on board here, and let's go, Birds. Whatever's on your mind, though, let me hear it. I got to get rolling here. I will be back tonight with that schedule release, and depending on how it all comes out, if a lot of it leaks and I can get it together, it'll be maybe before the Sixers game, but the game starts at 7:30, so I don't know. It's either going to be at halftime or after. Just turn that notification bell on. I'll be posting to Twitter, Facebook, everywhere, ensuring that but it's going to be at some point. I'm not going to be doing it during the Sixers game. I want to see us go to the I'm stuck on Eagles here. The Eastern Conference Finals for the first time since I was an effing child. So let's go. All about it, man. All about it. But should have been the best adjustment in the Super Bowl due to the wet. Hey, man, we talked about it. His quick throws didn't do anything. We actually held him to his career playoff low, his lowest in 38 games. Only thing that stopped us was that field. And when you take a NFL record-setting pass rush like that, they knew what they needed to do to protect Patrick Mahomes, the State Farm spokesman in the State Farm Stadium with the Chiefs field crew there. 2 years ensuring it looked like Waterworld. So, hey, it is what it is. But they will never stop my grind, my man. No matter how much they steal, how much trash they try to talk, I will keep bulldozing right through it. And as I continue to grow, you guys start seeing where all this stuff comes from. Like, oh, wait, that's how that person knows about the cap. That's where they're getting all this stuff. So now that you're all seeing it, dude, nothing will ever stop me, man. So I appreciate you. Appreciate all of your support. Let's go, baby. But if you guys missed any of those shows about his resume or anything, I think we did like 3, 4, maybe 5 of them. Go check those out on the playlist. But I appreciate those of you who are tuning in. If you miss anything, you go check them out. Feel free to comment. I don't care how old the video is. I'm always down to talk some birds, baby. But I hope you all have yourselves a great rest of your day. I will talk to you later this evening about this schedule. Give a little prediction here on the record. Way too early, but guess what? The way too early last year was dead on. So we're going to do it again this year. Let's go effing Sixers, but have yourselves a great day. And until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You stay safe out there, and as always, say it with me, chat. Go Birds!